Hello, welcome to Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. Hopefully everything went well. So today I am talking about the big selling sports cards basically for the past month, the month of June. Here we are, in the first week of July. And I'm just curious, what's selling the most, why people are buying it. So then we dig into some of the current 2025 MLB team numbers. And this is just National League. Now, the Phillies, I know that they're always talking about we're gonna trade Nick Castellanos here, Nick Castellanos there, but they're doing fairly well. I mean, they're top the National League East. They have first place, 53 wins, 38 losses. So I would expect to see people buying Phillies cards. But, if you're chasing the big rookies like, say, James Wood, there's a reason why he's not very popular. Why is that? Well, right here. They only have 37 wins and 53 losses. They're at the bottom of the National League East. They are the most losing team, So if you're kind of wondering why the James Wood isn't taking off, that likely has a lot to do with it. Maybe purchase his cards and wait for him to get traded off to a better team, kind of like the Juan Soto. Who knows? But, other teams that kind of come out at me, the Cubs, 54 wins, 36 losses. People are really buying those Pete Crow Armstrong cards, even though some days he has, not the best numbers, but I know they're really chasing them. But then we all know about Paul Skeens. Look at where the Pirates are. They're bottom of the National League Central, 38 wins, 54 losses. That's Paul Skeens. Now you can hype up a player a lot, I mean, but eventually you have to look at the team and go, oh, all right. And then, of course, we move to the National League West. Dodgers have, they're top in the charts with 56 wins, 36 losses. And then we come to the American League East. Blue Jays are doing awesome right now. You have 53 wins, 38 losses. They're the top of the American League East. And then, surprisingly, you have the Yankees just below the Blue Jays with 49-41. 49 wins, 41 losses. That's very surprising. But, they have hit a losing streak lately. I mean, if you've been watching them, you can't miss it. And then, of course, our big rookie last year, Jackson Holliday, Orioles, bottom of the American League East. The Orioles have 40 wins and 49 losses, although, Jackson Holliday's been doing fairly well, but that's just it. And then we come to the American League Central. Detroit Tigers have 58 wins, 34 losses. So you would expect to see, more Detroit Tigers, for, top selling players, but not really when we get into the numbers. Or when I start going over the stuff. At the bottom of the league is the White Sox with 30 wins, 61 losses. And then what gets me is, the Cleveland Guardians, they're not doing very well. 41 wins, 48 losses. They're just above the White Sox. So the American League Central, they have some issues. The American League West, Astros, they've been doing really well lately. 55 wins, 36 losses. And then the Mariners. Look at the Mariners. That's an important number I want you to look at. 48 wins, 42 losses. Yeah, they're second. But it's important to look at their record. And then I am looking at just the top hitters. And we'll look at the top pitchers too. But, for the top hitters in the MLB right now, Cal Raleigh at my team, Seattle Mariners guy, He has 35 home runs for the season. Aaron Judge is just below him at 33, followed by Shohei Ohtani and then Eugenio Suarez. And then we have Kyle Schwarber. But there's some other names on here as well for home runs. We have Seiya Suzuki, Pete Crow Armstrong. Pete Crow Armstrong and James Wood are tied. But Pete Crow Armstrong looks a lot better because he's with the Cubs, which are leading their division. And then we have Riley Green, Junior Caminero, Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, Byron Buxton, and Corbin Carroll, Spencer Torkelson. So, and then Taylor Ward. So that's just the top 12. You can dig into those numbers yourself, but let's just hit the pitching. All right. Garrett Crotchet still leading, the top of the boards there. First place, followed by Tarek Skubal, Zach Wheeler, Logan Webb's in fourth place. We have Mackenzie Gore, Carlos Rodin, Hunter Brown, everyone's big chase. Paul Skeens, he's number 8. Dylan Cease, Grant Holmes, Robbie Ray, and Joe Ryan, which, I have Joe Ryan rookie cards. I'm surprised they don't sell more. I just believe a lot of sports card collectors don't look at the stats. All right. So we went over hitting, we went over pitching, and now we're going to go to the Amazon bestseller singles. So now here I am at the Amazon bestsellers list, and this is for bestsellers and sports collectible single-based trading cards. We went over all that information. Who's the top of the list? Cal Raleigh. 2022 tops number 277, Cal Raleigh. That's just this pretty basic rookie card. I have a few of those rookie cards. They're selling for $7.49. Now, that's what gets me is I have quite a few Cal Raleigh rookie cards. And they're all listed on eBay. I get, quite a few views, this and that, but it's not like people are just jumping into them and purchasing them for one reason or another. I mean, I'm always surprised, I'm selling more Pokemon singles, Anyway. So he's at the top of the charts, number 1, so that's something to consider. We have, a few boxes, but number 4th place, but actually second for singles would be the Shohei Ohtani 2024 Bowman Baseball Series Mint card. That's going for number 33. Going for $12.99. So people are liking that, when he first got into his Dodgers uniform for Shohei Ohtani. And then Pete Crow Armstrong, for the most recent rookie cards, he's still up there. That's the best one to chase. I have Pete Crow Armstrong cards, I'm trying to sell, but they're not exactly flying out the door. So Pete Crow Armstrong rookie card 2024 Topps base number 407. We see, it's not baseball, but, the 2025 Topps Now Cooper Flag Dallas Mavericks D1 first overall pick rookie card, $22.99. So for basketball, he's your big seller. I'll keep going down the list here. Judge, 2024 Topps Bowman Baseball. And followed by another 2024 Bowman, number 85, Pete Crow Armstrong. All right. And then Certified Mint, Cristiano Ronaldo, 2023 Leaf Hype. That's up there. It's 2025 Topps Now Cooper Flag, number D1 draft. So Cooper Flag. But then we hit Tarek Skubal. His card is still selling. The 2021 Topps number 92, Tarek Skubal. Rookie card for Detroit Tigers, which Tarek Skubal's having a fairly good year for pitching. We keep going down here. Barry Bonds, that 1987 Topps Baseball number 320 rookie card, which I've sold quite a few of those cards. Then we hit the 2022 Bowman Baseball number 49 Cal Raleigh rookie card, followed by 2022 Topps Heritage number 367 Cal Raleigh near mint rookie card, followed by the 2023 Topps 160 Cal Raleigh, Seattle Mariners Future Stars card. Cal Raleigh is dominating this chart right now. I mean, when I went over this, last month, in June, which we went over the May numbers, you had rookies, Nick Caglianone was on there, as far, and Roman Anthony. They were really, dominating the list, for rookies for the most part. But they've really been kind of bumped out of the list at this point, to where they're chasing, the big hitter, Cal Raleigh. That's what baseball is all about. And we hit this Caitlin Clark, number 247 rookie card, Penny Instant 2024 WNBA All-Rookie Team. And we had 24 tops now, Shohei Ohtani, number 801, first career postseason home run. And then the 2025 Top Series 2 for 51, Kyle Tucker, Chicago Cubs, baseball official trading card, which, I have quite a few Kyle Tucker cards too for rookies, but they're not exactly flying out the door either. And then we had 2025 Tops now, Juan Soto, number 17, first home run, with New York Mets baseball card. 2023 Tops, number 31, Riley Green, Detroit Tigers card, which is awesome as the Detroit Tigers are doing. I'm surprised that the Detroit Tigers players aren't rating higher, other than, they're just not rated as highly like on, stats for the most part. 2022 Tops 41, Clayton Kershaw. And then another Juan Soto, 2025 Top Series 2, 700 Juan Soto, New York Mets, which at this point, I'm going to put it out there, I kind of feel like he was doing better with the Yankees. He really was. But we'll see how they do, postseason, if they get that far, which they very well, they could. We have 2025 Tops now, Shohei Ohtani, number 5, launches first home run 2025. More soccer, Cristiano Ronaldo. If you're into soccer, he's up here. We have this 2017 Topps Baseball number 287 Aaron Judge rookie card. That one's still selling. And let's see. Is there anyone really else? I mean, that's dominating this? Not really. There's just a lot of players here and there, but for the most part, the player that you keep seeing over and over again, there's a few Aaron Judge up there, a few Shohei Ohtani, a few Juan Sotos. But overall, it's Cal Raleigh right now. He's the card to chase for the most part, and you just get that, from the stats chart. He's the big hitter. I mean, I've always been a fan of the big hitters more than the big fielders. I mean, I understand that outfield is great, but typically when you think of baseball, you're always thinking about the big hitters. I mean, who's the biggest hitter of all time? Barry Bonds. I mean, and you have other big hitters, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth. People like watching home run hitters. I do too. Now, Cal Raleigh, to me, overall, he's been underrated most of his career. I've always liked watching Cal Raleigh. To me, he's really eclipsing Julio Rodriguez in a way that, everyone was chasing those 2022 Julio Rodriguez cards, when, in my opinion, we all should have been chasing Cal Raleigh cards, because he's really the guy that's just knocking these things out of the park. I mean, he has more home runs than Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, and he's dominated home runs all year, and clearly, everyone's starting to chase his cards. Now, I know that Amazon is out of Seattle too, I mean, the Mariners are the only team I've ever seen play, in real life. But that was way back when I was watching them in the Kingdome, So I haven't seen a, live Mariners game for a while, but I like to see him, especially with Cal Raleigh hitting all these home runs. So anyway, how do you feel about this? I mean, when you go over the numbers, you would expect to see, certain, like rookies, we really didn't see any 2025 rookies for the top 50. at this point in time. Now, the last time I did this, they were up there, But, those are cards that, they're kind of a tough chase. The Roman Anthony, the Nick Caglianone, and they're not doing all that hot, but, they were the biggest chase. The issue I have, we see how much Cal Raleigh, his cards are popular, on Amazon. And you could say that likely across the board. You go to eBay, you're likely going to start to see some of the same things. But the issue with modern cards is the fact they just keep printing so much. So it becomes a race to the bottom. So I'm sitting here going, well, why aren't my Cal Raleigh rookie cards selling? Well, it's likely because I have them priced too high. Now, if I started dropping the price on them, I'd probably start to move them, but it won't do me much good other than, well, I got a little bit more cash to go buy something else with, but I'm not really making a profit on those cards, so that could be with, one of the issues you're up against. If you think that, you have these awesome Cal Raleigh cards, he's having an awesome season again, hitting all these home runs, and you're like me going, well, why aren't they selling? Well, you're in a market that's really oversaturated. 2022 Topps baseball cards, I mean, the print presses were just going to town. That's, we're coming down from the pandemic, so that's one of the, we're still high up there as far as the card hobby goes, with just a lot of people buying into it. So how many Cal Raleigh rookie cards are out there? That's just it. And then you have these other cards that aren't necessarily rookie cards that are ranking up there, from Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. What I was surprised is, going over that top 50, is I didn't see Paul Skeens. So it could be that, the stats for the big players, their team stats are dragging them down, just like the James Wood. Awesome rookie, he's right up there for hitting for a rookie. But he's just not getting a lot of love right now because he is on, a very low-rated team, the Washington Nationals. He's cursed. So anyway, what's your opinion on this? If you have a different opinion, leave some comments. Anyway, I'd like to thank my subscribers. I'd like to thank my viewers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's the only way I can keep the channel going, and I can also improve it. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.